happening? Ladies and gentlemen, everyone and anyone, welcome. So, you did not arrive to this video for ASMR. So, I actually do have to say something. Like, I have to speak. I just kind of don't know how to start. All I'm saying is, in life, you know, you can't like necessarily properly water a flower, a plant. You know, if it's frozen, you can try, but I'm just gonna get right into it. Whew. Well, look, I set a timer because if you know me, I tend to, like, I can go on and on and on and on and on. Japanese, definitely. Fluent, very fluent. But I'm just going to get right into it. This is really happening right now. Okay, so I feel like everybody has that story of like when they first knew that they were different, or when they first felt like something was different about them. I don't really know. Like, I don't really know when the first like inclination was that I was different. I don't know. Different in what way? Let's get to the point. Okay, so you're like looking at a person right now. You know, let's remember humanization is important. Humanization is first. You're looking at a person right now, and this person that you are looking at, that you are interacting with, happens to hold two extremes in terms of lifestyle, in terms of controversy, in terms of difficulty relating to the world, like socioeconomically, or look, I'm going to put words on the screen too. As you can tell, I'm really struggling with this video, and I wanted to put this video out, but I didn't know how, and I didn't want to write it down because I just wanted to flow. I wanted to be authentic. But what I can say is, yes, all I know, I'm still figuring out how I'm going to end up putting the words together, and also the full story isn't necessarily out right now because there's still a couple pieces put together. But the main catalyst is something I went through recently with somebody, and I'm going to respect the person, so I'm not going to say like the whole story until a little later. But that definitely encouraged me to be bold today and say, yes, I'm different. I have very, very, very polarizing views on life. And I just wanted to get on here today and speak about it because I feel like everything's so blended now, and processing that blended nature, especially as like an artist, you know, making art, whether it be music or physical art, like painting. You know, I do paintings. I've been painting for years. I feel like it hits me in a different way because I see blending in a whole different way because I experienced it, like I said, in that medium of art and also in the world. But now that blending is like to the point to where nobody really stands and like say like, oh, I really think different. You know, I really am going through this X, Y, and Z. I'm pretty sure they're out there, but like who are the people that are like really like, you know what, I really, really stand on this. I really believe in this. And I don't care about the opinions. I don't care about who agrees, who disagrees. And I feel like that's what influenced me to kind of get on this platform. And that's literally what my whole name is about. Beingth is literally the state of existing without feeling the need to explain your just experience in life. But I'm like, how can I really do that without really letting you guys completely in? I'm pretty sure some of you guys have an idea, but right now we're going to make it really clear right now at this second. I'm holding two completely polarizing views, especially now in today's world. I'm Christian and I'm queer. Dun dun dun. So yes, I'm Christian, which means I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God, the Holy Spirit. I believe in the Trinity, the whole three. I believe in John 3:16, the fact that God came down to earth, clothed in flesh. He gave his only begotten Son to die for my sins. I believe the entirety of the Bible, though I may have questions and I'm still trying to figure things out like everyone else is, or I may not understand, or I may not say like, I may not agree with that. It's knowing that something out there has like the supreme power that has orchestrated all these things in life, put all this stuff together, and it's like you look around and there has to be divine intelligence. There has to be something that put this into place. And I wanted to speak on that because I'm like, we can do so many things with that. We can take such an incredible deep dive in that alone. We don't even really need to prove it, but just looking at the fact that yes, there's intelligent design, and diving into the proof of it will be an incredible, adventure. So all that being said, yes, I am a Christian. So what that means is I put my salvation in what happened on the cross in Jesus Christ. I believe that he lived here. I believe that he died for my sins. I really, really have a strong connection with that. And as I continue to open up with you guys and go down the list of the traumas that I experienced and I suffered in silence, like some of you are right now listening to this video, I'm going to be open and vulnerable and let you guys know that, yes, that being, that supernatural power that exists outside of creation has got me here today. And some of you guys may not know, but I'm 24. I know I may seem like I'm older by the way I speak, or younger by some of my, antics, my humor. I don't know, the way I look, I don't know. But I'm 24. I'm 24. I was born 2001, July 21st at 10:23 a.m. Yeah, I'll put it in my music video of Doors. I thought that would be a little interesting piece to put in here. But I will also let you guys know that I'm 2 years old. And why am I 2? Because for 2 years, as of today, when I post this around like 8 o'clock, somewhere around like 8 o'clock, 2 years ago, November 16th, 2023, I came out. And as you've seen in the opener, that's literally how I did it. The only component that was different is that my mom was in the room. So I came out to my mom. And why am I doing this? Came out because at the time, I didn't know what was necessarily going on. I know, like, yes, I like this, I like that. People are like asking, like, what do you like? What, they're assuming it's labels and everything. I'm at that point where it's like, yes, I'm not fitting the heteronormative mindset. Like, I'm not like going out to date all the girls and only the girls. But as far as dating history goes, that's slim to none, because I'm like trying to find out what exactly I like, what exactly I want. But I do know I like more than girls. I'm like, yeah, that's there. And everything leading up to that point had to happen in order for me to get the bravery to literally speak on it. And I'm smiling right now because I feel so free. And the reason why this is interesting to me is because in that first year, I literally just stepped out of the closet and look. And my mom was like, wait, what's happening? I want to get this. Oh my gosh, well, if I want to get the whole story for you guys. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, because you know me, I'm a creative person. I'm creative. So I'm like, I try to kind of show and represent, what I mean, in an interesting way. I'm like, okay, so this is literally me stepping out. I'm letting you know something. But at the time, I don't really have the terminology on it. So I'm going to make a separate video on what exactly I identify as at this moment. Yes, it might change in the future. But as far as what I'm attracted to, I would put it under the umbrella of queer. Okay, so that was the first year, like I said before. And then that next year, I had to come out to myself. I never actually said it. And that's why I put it in quotations in the beginning, is because I never actually said it to myself. I never said it to myself. But the thing is about life, you kind of speak out. You speak out, you bring life to, you bring awareness to issues, things, situations when you say them. So when you actually speak them out, but I never actually said it to myself. So that was that second year. And that's also when I really started taking off per se, and social media, really diving deep into the YouTube, diving deep into the Snapchat, really going in deep with that. And I was more open and more expressive and not as limited and calculated. So yes, so all that being said, I'm 2 years old as of today, because I've been living authentically, because I've been less calculated, I've been less in a pressure pot, less just, and more free. I don't even know how to describe it, but I've just been more free, more confident, owning myself, owning my voice. I speak to so many things. And this is why, I wanted to put this out there. Yes, it's vulnerable. Yes, it's open. There's a little bit of an edit in the beginning, but I'm going to try to keep this as clean and pristine as possible. Let you know the real deal, let you know the real thing. How I am, how I come off, excuse me, it's so many things in a boiling pot. If you're making that gumbo, it's not just the potatoes in there. It's not just the corn in there. Is there shrimp? Is there crab? Are we going vegan? Is there just I don't know. But you have all those things, and then you also have the spices. You have that broth. There's so many layers to it. So with that being said, let me check this time real quick. So with that being said, I'm literally so many things put into one that brings me to be who I am today. I'm going to dive deeper into it and really let you know the whole story. But I just wanted to put that out there. Yes, I'm Christian. I completely believe in the Bible, everything that comes with it. And I'm also queer. And we need to find out how we're going to have this conversation. We're going to start the conversation right now today. I do not mind being the face of it. I'm here and I'm ready to go. Okay, so you watching this video right now, whatever age you are, I remember watching these videos when I was young, and I'm like, can I ever do that? But then also, who's going to speak to what I'm going through? Am I not allowed in the churches? I didn't feel necessarily welcome. Not in all of them per se, but in some of them, you feel that little heat. You feel that difference. You feel the looks and a little this and a little that, and I want to say not all of them. And I do believe that the church is the body of believers. So it doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what you're going through, but you're literally being transformed. So even me right now today, I'm confident now. My opinion may change in the future. It may go here, it may go there. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm brave enough to say that. Maybe I'm wrong. But what I do know right now is I'm standing on this right now, that this is a real lived experience. That doesn't mean that I may not end up with children and a wife someday. It doesn't mean any of that. But I know that it's everything else baked into it. And I feel like we need to speak about so many things. Can we say sex? Oh my gosh. I don't even normally like really get into that. I don't really even dive into that, speak to that. And it just goes to show that I still need maturity in so many different areas. And I just wanted to put this out there just to start the conversation. But when it comes to that intercourse topic, I feel like the queer community or the LGBT community or whatever is so over sexualized. It's not the accurate representation. I feel like it's just literally, when you think of us, it's just sex and what's happening in the bedroom, and then it's bashed and shamed. But as I said before, it's so many things baked into me. At this time, I would like to say that I'm not just what I like. I'm not just who I'm attracted to. But when you really look at a queer person and their experience, looking and moving out into the world, I don't know if you relate, but it feels like you have to be so calculated to the fact that, like, oh, I can't move this way. I can't look at this person too long. I can't speak this way. I can't speak my mind on this. I have to, like, model this behavior, or what I think a heteronormative person would bring to the table, because I don't want to get caught, right? And then you live like this whole authentic life, and I can only inauthentic life, and I can only speak to myself, like, it kind of stops you from making like real true close friends and X, Y, and Z. It's a whole lot that I want to get into, but what I definitely can say right now is I feel like existing in that state to where you're under pressure all the time and you can't necessarily get along with the world, and all those things, all those specific situations we experience allows our brain to like go into a different spot, creatively, intellectually, physically, so many different areas. And I'm going to jump to the Christian side. I feel like being a Christian and looking out into the world, it's polarizing as well, because there's so many things you want to change, you want to help. There's so many ways that you see things specifically, and you're trying to find out how to navigate. You're trying to find out how to go into the world and bring people out of the world, bring people into your homes, into your conversations, know that you're loving, know that you really care about them, know that there's a savior out there, and it doesn't matter where they are, but you see them for who they are, and you just want to share that Christ, share that love, share that gospel, share that God, share that belonging. And the reason why I'm putting both of these together, in the way that I am, hear me out, is what I'm working with right now, is because it's a very specific experience, and I never heard it in this way before. But like I said, I'm a little nervous, I'm a little scared, I'm a little uncomfortable, but I'm not going to sit and stand by anymore and let more and more time go by when there's people like you that's watching this video that need help right now today. And I'm trying to keep it together because I can get into it. I've been through a lot. And because of God, I'm here right now. You may call me crazy, I don't care. It's an unseen, unknown force that created the entirety of the world, me and you, and that's what I believe. And I also believe right now, today, that yes, I know what I like, I know what I'm attracted to, but that does not define me. There's so many other things that come along with the queer mind, the queer experience. At this time, I'm just going to let you know, as I close out this video, yes, I will be coming back for multiple parts, and I'm still waiting for a situation to close up in my life, an extremely traumatic situation, and I'm still trying to be respectful to the person. But like I said in the beginning, it's the catalyst for this video. It's the catalyst to push aside the fear. It's the catalyst to open up your mouth and speak. It's the catalyst to say, yes, we can say something new. And yes, it may not be received well, but we're going to do it. It's the catalyst for that. So, with that being said, I will be back. I encourage you to share this video. I encourage you to like this video, and God's willing, it reaches, I don't care, millions of people. This is my face. I understand what faces do. I understand in this physical world, you have a body, you have a face, you have a voice. That's all you have. And what you speak and what you bring life to with your words can cause change. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. I'm 24 years old. I feel like I'm starting in the world now. I feel like I don't know nothing because now, like, I'm actually living and experiencing life for the past 2 years. And there's a lot more to come. I'm going to end it there. There's a lot more to come. Yes, so in reference to the music that I released about 2 months ago, it's time to defrost the flower, okay? You're beautiful. You're perfectly made how God wanted you to be. This is what your experience, your life is. You will not be erased. You will not be silenced, okay? Just like Christians are everywhere, there's queer people everywhere. Everyone is everywhere, in fact. You are not one thing. Do not let anyone tell your story. Live out your authenticity. And sometimes there's overlap, okay? Everybody's going through life. I'm experiencing what's called sanctification. So I may be this way today. I may be another way tomorrow. But I know right now I'm both. I'm not one, I'm not the other. It's not a phase for either one. I believe in what I believe in strongly. And I also happen to be queer as well. And that's a lived experience. So with that being said, defrost the flower and start growing. It's frozen. What are you going to do about that? It's time to defrost the flower. You're staying, we're praying, we're living, and we're loving. And that's what makes me different. That's what makes me special. That's what makes you different and you special. Okay, so I'm really going to close out this video. I just wanted to say one more thing. This popcorn has been sitting here because I believe life is a movie at the end of the day. Okay? So this is a movie. I'm just happen to experience it through my eyes as I'm watching it. You cannot make it up. You couldn't have made it up. All the people I grew up with, I thank you for all of the positivity and the love that you poured into me. For those that haven't, for those I feel indifferent about, for those that have showed me hate, I forgive you. We're all learning, we're all being educated, and right now I'm speaking my voice right now to start the conversation right now today. 10 years from now, it'll be a different conversation, hopefully. But you know who you are, that have showed the love, that extended the love, and I'm forever, forever grateful. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna do a Trisha Paytas on here. But I will tell you this. I thank my mom. I thank the strong women that raised me. I thank the couple father figures that I had in my life. Rest in peace to Vadi Bakum. He was an amazing pastor. I think the ministries that I watch online. I haven't felt really welcomed in a lot of churches. But I go to church online and I learn what I can learn. I'm deep into eschatology. If you understand, I'll pop the word on here and the definition. We're coming to an end, guys. We're coming to an end. And I may be wrong, but I believe this is it. The way it's going right now, we don't have a lot of options. But what I can say is at the end of the day, we are human. All of us. You don't have to be queer. You don't have to be experiencing anything traumatic. But just being a POC, a person of color, a woman, or a man, or someone that's not experiencing any disenfranchisement, then you feel casted out because, oh, you're not suffering or something. I don't know, but we all have a story. And it's about love at the end of the day. Oh, y'all gonna make a meme out of this. No, but it's about love at the end of the day. And I believe God is love. And I don't know how much time I have left. But I'm going to use my voice to speak on that. For the I have a lot of work to do. Um, I've been using this time wisely to be creative, to build my platforms. And with that being said, I haven't been as connected to a lot of my family members because I've been figuring things out. But I hope you forgive me and I love you all. And to everyone watching this, I love you too. And that's what God is about, love. And the thing that brings these two societies together, these two communities together, whether you think it's a joke or not, is the LGBTQ community is crying out for love. We don't understand. We don't see the world the way that you see it. And we just happen to be born this way. We do. So, with that being said, I love the words of Lady Gaga. I do. I understand her music. And I also love, I love the words of Anthony Hamilton. I love the words of Donnie McClurkin, one of the heroes of the community. I love all of it. I get all of it. Whether you're LGBTQ, you need people to understand you and see the world the way you do, or you're Christian and you see the world changing and you can't really fit. You don't really know how to talk and outreach. I thank you to the EDM community, to everyone that's brought me in. I get it. I really do. I really do. A lot of people that are into EDM or, or that happen to be goth or whatever, they're trying to figure it out too. So when you hear my music, you hear a lot of those influences. I know I'm going off the rail. I know I'm going way off the topic. But I dive deep creatively into so many different areas because I feel so deep. And when I hurt deep. And when I love deep. And this is what I am. This is what I experience. And I know you experience the same way. Anything can get you. And it's not like you're overly sensitive, but you've been hurt so much. You've been poking that same spot for so much and it's bruised, like it hurts. So with that being said, I'm really trying to tie this up. That's why it needs to be multiple parts. Just love people, okay? And be human as the world continues to change. Do what you got to do to be as natural as possible, as real and as authentic as possible, because that's one thing that nothing can take away. As we continue to run towards more and more, exchanging ourselves for monetary value or for experience, the one thing that's going to make us really last, whether it be 10 years, 20, 100 or 1,000 years from now, is those that are really human. I don't care if I look crazy. I can cry right now to you because I know you need help. I know we all do. We're all healing. We're all trying to figure it out. And this world is changing so fast. It's changing so fast. And it's scary sometimes. But the one thing about scary things and fear is we don't have the spirit of fear. If you really believe you don't have the spirit of fear, it's gone. The anxiety can be gone. Jesus loves you. God loves you. He wants you to be powerful. He wants you to soar. It doesn't matter what you believe, but it can be true that you don't have to be limited. That's the overall thing. Yes, we have a lot of differences. I just so happen to hold the two huge different worlds and put them together. But it all comes down to that. We all have that in common. We can at least start the conversation. Whew. And that's what I want to do today. So please, for the love of us all, for humanity, for air and life itself, it doesn't matter if you know somebody that has a different opinion than yours or whatever. I think this message goes out to everyone. They don't have to be LGBTQ or queer. They don't have to be a Christian person that just, believes in what they believe in and you're trying to get along with them or whatever. Because I know that's a whole different thing, trying to understand how to see the mindset of a Christian or of somebody that has a different spiritual view than you. Because I know that we all see things different, especially spirituality, and it's really deep to us. However, we need to find out how to have the conversations and at least speak from a place of love to see like, oh, okay, I get where you're coming from. And that's what this is about. So share this to everyone, especially to those that you know are in the pews right now. And you may have said some sly remarks or made a funny face or whatever, but you can see maybe that they need some assistance, that you see them, that you can validate their experience. And I'm not saying, one last thing, I'm not saying that this needs to be any type of life. I'm not here to talk about dating history or lack thereof or what anything. I'm not talking about that, but I'm saying everything is baked in as a queer person. And that it's a lot of sad days. It's a lot of sad days, and hopefully videos like this can reach people to get them to start that conversation and be open and at least face what they're dealing with so they can get the love and the support they need and create the conversations and the environment that they need. That's what it's about. So we don't have to go on and play this game to hide. It's so many things I want to say, but I don't want to keep you too long. Please, please. I don't ask for subscribers. I don't care about the numbers. Also, one last thing, thank you so much for those that did subscribe. We passed 500 and it's a dream come true. But as we continue to build this community, I want to be extremely vulnerable and real. So we have the platform to actually do the work. So if you do want to subscribe, thank you so much. Please do. But most importantly, like I said, share this video to as many people as possible. We need this to go everywhere. This is the stuff that we need to go viral. Like this, share this video. You can let me know what you think about it in the comments. I will keep them open for as long as I can. In this moment right now, I just want to take and devote the last about 60 seconds to people that have trailblazed, that have done so much for the world, despite their story, despite being LGBTQ, and I want to champion them because it's not just about who they are attracted to or how they think about the world, but they devoted so much to the world. And that particular mindset that we have yet to research and dive into what makes them, what makes us, has brought this to the world. And I also want to put Christians that have done the same thing, okay? And the reason why I'm doing this is to let you guys know that yes, we may have different mindsets in here, but with this, we get so much done. There's so many creative things happening. There's so many amazing accomplishments happening. And I just want to give as many people their flowers as possible. So I'm going to just sit and try to get myself together as this moment happens. Thank you. At the end of the day, life is like a movie. And when the credits roll, you're either going to smile and be happy, or you're going to cry. And the things you do now determine what goes on.